To mark Holocaust Remembrance Day in Spain, the Sephardic Museum of Toledo will today install the immense 6 metre by 3 metre work of art entitled Shoah by the late German artist Wolf Vostell. Himself a man of Sephardic heritage, he saw the expulsion of the Jews from Spain and events in the Second World War as part of one and the same Holocaust. The video art pioneer Wolf Vostell created this epic work in 1997, just a year before his death. The history of Spanish Jews was something very close to his heart, being married to a Spaniard and spending many years living in the country. Several days before the piece is officially presented to the public and press, the Sephardic Museum invited Jane 1 to film the mounting of this huge work in the town's medieval synagogue.
It is a very important opportunity which the widow of the artist Wolf Vostell has given us, letting us have the piece on display as a symbol of the museum. The museum is here to represent the memory of the Sephardic culture, and with this work, the piece makes reference both to the expulsion of the Jews from Spain and the Holocaust of the World War, the Holocaust of the 20th century.
Opening on the 27th of January, the work will stay on show for a year at the Sephardic Museum of Toledo. While the exact motivation of the painting is open to interpretation, the director here believes that it is Vostell's way of wearing his Jewish identity on his sleeve.
The title that Vostell gave the piece acts in a similar way to that of Spielberg's film Schindler's List, as a tribute to the Jewish memory, and it is significant that it was one of his last works. In many ways, it is dissimilar to his usual style, but one of the things it shares is the determination present and some other aspects of his style. But I think this painting is unique because he's considering these particular moments in history and also his own Judaism. Whether he was Jewish or not is a subject that has been disputed, and in some way I think he wants to put an end to that conversation. From a creative point of view, it has a lot in common with Picasso's Guernica, and in some ways with Goya too. I think it is very Spanish, and I think he's not referring only to the Holocaust of the last century but also that of Spain from so many years ago, and he unites the two events.
Apart from having the piece here in the centre of the old synagogue of Toledo for visitors to come and see throughout the year at their pleasure, the museum planned to use the work as a springboard to provoke in-depth discussion about the uncomfortable themes the artist was raising.
It is very fitting to have this at the synagogue of Samuel ha-Levi, which is the home of the Sephardic Museum. We want to develop the theme of the piece this year, through conferences and debates about the role of art in the aftermath of the Holocaust and the expulsion of the Jews. These are themes we are going to investigate at the museum this year.
For the next year, visitors will be challenged by at once seeing the two extremes of Jewish history in Spain, marvelling at the synagogue where the piece is being housed and contemplating the horrors of the infamous Spanish Inquisition. This is Paul Walsh for Jane 1 in Spain.